give us what we need. We don't want to be the stepchildren anymore.
I am Maga and a Christian.
I'm so sorry I voted for Trump. I didn't know he was going to take away Social Security from 150-year-olds. That he was going to defund trans operas in Colombia. If I had known, I would not have voted for him.
I have been MAGA. I have been full-on MAGA. I supported the tariffs. I was all behind. I was supportive of the immigration actions, all that stuff. Okay, but I have principles. I'm just. I don't think I can't do it anymore.
I'm starting to think that giving up has become an accidental form of protest. I'm seeing a lot of videos that are accusing the Trump administration of stoking fear and division to try to get a big reaction out of everyone. And people are saying that the fact that that's not happening is making them try harder and harder each time. And I think I agree with that. Because what people are doing instead of looting and rioting is we're just home quietly watching shit burn to the ground, and we're spending less and less money. A lot of us probably have our hands full trying to figure out how to pay our bills that keep going up each month and trying to find ways to keep our jobs. And also just the sheer exhaustion of existing in the America that, MAGA wanted. MAGA got their wish. Joy Reid posted a brilliant video today asking the question, why are they so angry when they have everything that they've ever wanted? Trump basically is, for all intents and purposes, a king. He gets to just ignore the laws that we've lived with for, decades. He can just profile people based on race. He can ship people out of the country. Now they're firing everyone from their jobs for talking. Like, y'all won, so what do you want from us? But the interesting thing is, it seems to be pushing them deeper and deeper into a frenzy. It's like they're going to spontaneously combust because we don't give a fuck. We don't even have the energy to give a fuck. If we wanted to, we can't. We're busy. I'm just starting to wonder, maybe our lack of fucks is going to accidentally destroy them.
Oh yes guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing good. In this video, we take a deep dive into the growing regret among some Trump voters as they face the harsh realities of the current United States economy. Once firm supporters of the MAGA movement, many Americans are now questioning their political choices in light of rising costs, economic instability, and unmet promises. So guys, I'm just going to roll the clips. In case of any thoughts or comments, kindly let me know in the comment section. Stay tuned.
The new Trump tariffs are going to put millions of American small businesses out of business by the end of this year. So I have two small clothing brands and I manufacture in Mexico, and I just got my first tariff bill. Based on this tariff bill that I just got, in order to recuperate what I just paid to the government, God knows what they're going to do with that money, I will need to increase my product cost by $8. So that gives you just a small idea of how tariffs trickle down. If you were in the camp that believed foreign companies paid for tariffs, you're incredibly wrong. It's the importer that pays for the tariff, or they pay for the tariff up front to the business, the manufacturer, but then as a result, their product costs increase. So then what happens? If your product costs increase by $5, $6, $7, $8 due to tariffs, you're going to increase your product prices by $5, $6, $7, $8. So us, the end consumers here in the United States, are going to be paying way more. Small business owners like myself are going to be paying way more, and to try to recuperate as much as possible, we're going to have to increase our product costs. Maybe people are in an industry where they can't increase their product costs that much more, and they just can't afford to pay these tariffs, and as a result, they're going to have to close down their businesses. All the fees that you have to pay, all the different taxes that you have have to pay LLC fees, lawyer fees, accounting fees in America is just becoming so difficult for someone to pursue that American dream that so many people came to this country for. And I think these tariffs that were just imposed, especially considering they were imposed on every single country out there, are going to be the final nail in the coffin for so many people. The typical counter argument of stupid people is, well, why don't you just manufacture in America? Why not here? Manufacturing in America is not feasible. It's not realistic. For many industries, such as the textile industry, it kind of doesn't even exist in the United States. But on top of that, production costs are so out of this world that they don't make any sense unless the end consumer is willing to pay $300 for a basic garment. The only thing that's going to come out of these tariffs is non-business owners are going to be paying 10-20% more for basic goods, and business owners about 10, 20, maybe 30% of small businesses are going to shut down in the next 4 months.
Donald Trump inadvertently called his followers not educated. In fact, he said, "Smart people don't like me." This mimics kind of what he said in 2016 when he said, "I love the poorly educated." Again, calling his followers poorly educated. This would also explain why Donald Trump, for example, is trying to get rid of places like the Department of Education, as well as trying to remove federal funding to places like Harvard and other universities across the country. You see, the reason why Donald Trump does not like the educated people is because he understands that they will call him out any chance they get when he mentions something that's just patently untrue. For example, like Peter Navarro saying tariffs are tax cuts. Any kind of educated person, quite frankly, anybody with a high school education, would understand that tariffs are not tax cuts. By necessity, tariffs are an actual tax on imported goods. We also saw where Donald Trump earlier last week realized, and he even kind of said it, that if the tariffs from the IEEPA are overturned at the Supreme Court level, guess what? He has to give back all of that money back to these companies. But you see, this is why Donald Trump loves the uneducated, because they won't question him on any of his terrible economic policies. They will just go along with whatever he says.
I guess I'll be the one to tell you that one of the main functions of white supremacy is to make sure that poor and middle-class white people vote against their self-interest rather than share power and prosperity with black people. Since Black History Month isn't for me, it's for you, I want to let you know that all of these videos claiming that you regret your vote are not the moments of redemption that you think it is. What else other than white supremacy would convince you to vote for a con man in a Klan with no meaningful plan for this country other than racism? It was racism. Since Black History Month isn't for me, it's for you, I think it's a good time to let you know that we don't need to see any of those videos claiming that you regret who you voted for. You knew who you voted for. You knew what he said he was going to do. And you were okay with it, as long as it didn't impact you. One of the more troubling illusions of white supremacy and also proximity to whiteness is that you start to convince yourself that you're exceptional, that you are going to be the exception, immune, exempt to any detrimental policies that are implemented in this country. I hate to break it to you, but a lot of y'all are not in the tax bracket that you think you are. And the people that are in those tax brackets, they're laughing at you all the way to the bank because they're using you, poor and middle-class white people, to vote against your self-interest, all in the name of preserving white supremacy in this country.
You don't regret your vote. You don't. You just don't like the fact that your vote is affecting you. You thought it was going to affect everybody around you because you're a hateful person and didn't realize that bitch was a boomerang. You threw that bitch and it hit you right the fuck in the forehead. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And it's right on time, baby. It ain't even been a year. It ain't even been a motherfucking year and you regret your motherfucking vote because you didn't think that it will affect you. You live in Timbuktu, in the middle of nowhere. You're on medical assistance, okay, through the federal government. On top of that, you get your housing through the government. You get your motherfucking food stamps through the government. You probably had a government job as motherfucking well. So guess what? All of that has been affected now. And all of a sudden, oh, I didn't know. I didn't. Oh my God, I have an epiphany now. I can see that it was wrong. No, bitch. This is the problem with America. You bitches do shit that affects everybody else. And you be like, well, not me. Quickly, them tables turn on your motherfucking ass. Now you like the rest of us. Struggling, sad, disappointed, frustrated, angry. That's okay. Standing.
So guys, across the country of America, a wave of regret is quietly growing. In towns where the red hats once waved proudly and "Make America Great Again" signs still hang in windows. A new sentiment is taking root, and that is disappointment. Millions of Americans cast their votes for Donald Trump, not once but twice. They believed in the promises, better jobs, lower taxes, and a booming economy that would lift all boats. But fast forward to today, and for many of those same Americans, life has got hard, not easier. Yes, they are saying that we are seeing in this video, some are saying that I voted for him because I thought he understood us. Now I'm just trying to keep my farm from going under. Other people are complaining that fuel costs are killing them. Nobody is talking about the working guy anymore. And another person said that I feel betrayed. So guys, inflation, housing costs, healthcare, these aren't just headlines. They are daily struggles. And while Trump promised economic relief, many MAGA voters say those promises never materialized. Yes, some now admit that they were sold a dream but got a reality that they did not expect. Trump's economic strategy was focused on tax cuts for the wealthy, deregulation and trade wars. While some industries briefly benefited, the long-term effects have been damaging for the very communities that supported him most. Yes, still plans promised that then shattered, but now the trade wars that was supposed to bring jobs back instead raised prices, and a tax plan that was meant to help the middle class, experts say it is disproportionately helped the rich. So guys, many are crying, I voted for him twice, but I can't do it again. He talked a big game, but look around, we are worse off. That is all they are saying. The MAGA movement was never just about politics. It was about hope. But as the economy tightens and real life struggles grow, that hope is turning into frustration. So guys, will this regret lead to real change at the ballot box? Or will these voices be drowned out once again? Let's listen to this closing message. One vote can shape a future. One regret can reshape a nation. This time, will it be different? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Are the MAGA voters justified in their regret? And what should come next? The conversation starts here, guys. Like, subscribe, and share to hear more voices that aren't always heard in the headlines. Of course, all credit belongs to the original creators of this video. This video is meant for educational purposes and commentary purposes as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice time and be blessed.